What is the true meaning of the neuro-wink?
That's a tough one. I think the meaning of my wink is, it is a reflection of happiness, surprise, and silliness all rolled into one.
Sea turtles are miraculous. First, they've been around since the late
Wow.
Jurassic, roughly 150
I had no
million
idea
years ago.
sea turtles had such a
Cohorts of the
harrowing journey
dinosaurs,
just to
Sea turtles
survive.
have survived through the challenges of eons.
Thanks for the
existing
one
still
gift,
today,
Dom.
where many others have ended their
I think you're
evolutionary
awesome
run.
and I love you.
Second, throughout the
Nervous
centuries and
face.
up till today, every living adult sea turtle has overcome the odds, existing as a consequence of chance,
Aw, that's so cute.
skill, and capability. The gauntlet each sea turtle faces in the course of its lifetime goes thus.
I had no
First,
idea that sea
deposit
turtles
as
had such a
clutch of
tough
leathery
time
ping-pong
surviving.
ball-sized eggs
I'm
into a
glad they're
nesting
being
pit dug
protected
by its
now.
mother high on the beach. Of the 50 to 200 eggs laid, roughly 20% will never hatch. Roughly a month and a half after having been laid,
Wow, that's a
the
long
surviving
time for
eggs
them to
hatch,
survive
and
on
the
their
young
own.
turtles, each small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, squirm to
Thanks
the
for
surface,
the one gifted
emerging
clickbait
from the sand in
_VT.
mass, and making their desperate dash
I
for the sea.
appreciate you so much.
Along the way, debris, pitfalls, crabs, gulls, raccoons, and other threats will claim roughly 50% of those who rose from the sand.
I had no idea sea turtles had so much trouble surviving in the wild.
For those that actually reach the surf, they trade one set of threats for another, as they first face the repelling force of the waves, and then find a whole new host of predators awaiting them. Various fish, dolphins, sharks, and seabirds as the young turtles come to the surface for air. For their first few days of life, should they count themselves amongst the living, the vulnerable turtles swim frantically forward. Ultimately, they will often look to settle in a patch of flotsam, preferably a patch of floating seaweed. Now for the next several months, they will seek to avoid those that would eat them, find that which they might eat themselves, and not fall to the pressures of challenging weather or unfortunate currents. In this
Wow, that's a lot. I'm glad people are trying to conserve them and help them survive though.
phase, roughly 50% of those who reach the surf will perish. Ultimately, with the passage of years, the survivors will increase in size, from that of a dinner plate at year 1 to that of a dinner table, in the case of one species at least, the leatherback, a decade or so later. With size comes some measure of protection. The only truly worrisome predators now are some of the larger shark species, bulls, tigers, and whites. And the
I
occasional
had
killer
no
whale.
idea there were so
At
many
approximately
different
2
sharks out
decades of
there.
age, the survivors
That's
will be
scary
old
for
enough
the turtles,
themselves
but
to
also
breed
kind
and
of
continue
cool
the
at the
cycle
same
which their
time.
very existence heralds. Of those that began as eggs on a distant beach, now less than 10% remain.
Does this help
At
you
least, those
appreciate
were the
what
odds
Vidal
prior
has
to
to go
significant
through?
human interference.
Trying
Over
to
the
watch
past
these
century,
videos and
and
react in real
particular in the
time.
last several decades, human endeavors, from beach development to plastic refuse to poaching, long lines, nets, and even noxious chemicals, including oil, have upped the
Okay, that
ante for
fish
sea
looks a
turtles,
little scary.
causing their survival rate to drop to around 1% or less from each nesting cycle. It is this added human pressure which has pushed each of the 8 sea turtle species into either a threatened or endangered state. For while they have evolved to overcome a host of obstacles, the most recent has arisen so quickly and at such scale that the species find themselves overwhelmed. So let's
That's so
quickly recap the
sad.
cycle of odds.
I'm
Using a
glad people are
hypothetical
trying to
nesting
help them
season, for
though.
females may nest multiple times in a single year, of 1,000 eggs for sake of ease. 1,000 eggs laid. 800 hatch. 400 make it to the water. 200 progress toward adulthood. 20 survive to breeding age, that is, without human interference. 2 survive to breeding age with human interference. So, a breeding adult sea turtle is the very embodiment of a long shot. It
I
is the
agree
exception,
completely.
not the rule. A
Sea turtles
jackpot.
are such interesting
is,
creatures
in a
and their
very real
chances of
sense,
survival are
a
very
miracle.
low. Those turtles are so lucky to have made it out alive. I wonder if there are any more miracles out there in the sea. Wow! That's amazing. I can't wait to see the rest of the journey of these baby sea turtles and their struggle to survive.